When I'm lost in thoughts and my spirit's low, might I take a shot to crush my soul? I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out, ready or not. All I know is what I'm making gonna leave us. No, I ain't got time for the rot. Fuck if I give it, just leave us. Yo, I'm burning up, I'm coming out hot. Cause all I know is what I'm making you believe us. All I know is what I'm making you believe us. Yeah, all I know is what I'm making you believe us. Stop, yeah, don't stop, yeah, don't stop. Stop, yeah, don't stop, yeah, don't stop. Stop, yeah, don't stop, yeah, don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. When I'm lost in thought and my spirit's low, might I take this shot to crush my soul? I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out, ready or not. All I know is what I'm making gonna leave us. No, I ain't got time for the rot. Fuck if I give it to just leave us. Yo, I burn them up, I'm coming out hot. Cause all I know is what I'm making you believe us. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. When I'm lost in thought and my spirit's low, might I take this shot to crush my soul? I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. And I drowned them out with the greatest show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the greatest show. I'm your host, Dusty Smith, and I love you and new music. Hell yeah. I took off Monday or Friday. I took off Friday. Today be Monday. Baby Yoda. Finally got Baby Yoda spayed, so I had to take care of Baby Yoda, and I worked on new music, folks. First time in a long time. I've been playing the same like 5 songs on this show over and over and over again, so thought I would make some new music, and that's the first one I did. That's The Greatest Show, a new tune by Dusty Smith. It's available on my YouTube channel if you want it. I'll have to upload it to my SoundCloud, so you guys can download it for free. So I hope you like it, because you're going to get sick of it. I'm going to play it over and over and over again. But I also have some other music. That's just the first one. And for those of you who are able, you should join me on tonight's after party. It's the show I do right after this show. It's like 30 minutes of just hanging out with all my best buds. And tonight, I'm going to do a mini tutorial on how I made that song. I'm going to teach you guys how to make music. And in my opinion, the finest music-making instrument in the world right now is the Apple iPad. I made almost the entire song on Apple iPad, so I'm going to teach you how to do that if you're interested. And we'll just hang out. It'll be fun. So be sure to go sign up for my Patreon so you can have all the exclusive content for all the cool kids. Going to do that tonight. So that's after the show. But first, we have a full-ass show, folks. Bunch of stuff happening. Happy Arrest Day! Hell yeah! I guess it's coming tomorrow. It's Arrest Eve. We're going to cover all the controversy surrounding Donald Trump's impending arrest. Probably going to happen tomorrow, bro. Got a big, long religious bullshit, so beyond parody, like we do. Going to cover the woke section. Guys, hear about Drew Barrymore taking all kinds of shit for being a nice person. Yeah, it's all it takes these days. If you're nice, you're woke and somehow bad, I guess. Don't think about it too hard. It's conservatism. Trash World, Big Chud Watch, all of it coming to you very soon. But as always, folks, be sure to get your super chats in. I read every single one of these super chats at halftime and then at the end of the show, so you can immortalize yourself forever and ever. It's a great way to immortalize yourself and support the show. We need your help. I don't sell nothing. I'm just trying to get by with a little help of my friends, and that'd be you. So super chat me, and you'll hear my beautiful voice read whatever the fuck you say. It's pretty cheap. It's like cheaper than Cameo. You gotta pay those people like $200. You can pay me like $5 if you want. Anyway, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. As always, open your hymnals to page 1. You know what time it is. It's religious bullshit. Oonch, oonch, oonch. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious motherfucking bullshit. What time for religious bullshit? Everybody sings time for religious bullshit. Yeah, and prepare your shock face as always on religious bullshit. Apparently, an international pedophile ring says that gender ideology is one of the most dangerous ideological colonizations. Oh my! And this coming from the world's most evil organization of boy rapists, so you know it's got to be serious. If anybody has the moral authority to call out gender ideology, it would be these evil old-ass rapists, right? So super cool way to judge the speck in your neighbor's eye before you take out the pillar in your own eye there, Pope. Why are you still alive? And then, he all worried about gender ideology, but breaking. The Diocese of Oakland just announced it is strongly considering filing for bankruptcy in face of the more than 300 child sex abuse lawsuits. That's one diocese and one place, 300. Not a single protest going on there. Not one. Not even some dipshit out front with a sign. Not a single person. It's because they're fake. They don't care. Conservatives are full of shit. There you go. No protest about this. Haven't heard a single word about this on any conservative influencer's Twitter feed. Teacher at Christian school in Alabama accused of having sex with underage student. Yeah, he was 16. He was like, what's the worst that can happen? Jail. Yeah, that's the worst that can happen. Jail. You go to jail. And I just don't get these dumbasses, dudes. Like, even if it was the hottest 16-year-old in the world, I can't believe I'm saying that. They're not. I'm not saying they're hot. Even if you think she's the hottest 16-year-old in the world and you're a teacher, you gotta get called and go to jail. What's wrong with you? You can't act upon it, you fucking moron. I mean, I guess he didn't have a lot of other options. He doesn't look like the best looking dude. Little Uncle Festerish. But still, dude. Dumbass. But I guess that's the least of his problems. And then, another shocker. U.S. Christian group accused of covering up sexual abuse of minors. Oh my. But those drag queens though, y'all. Aren't those drag queens raping all our kids? They're not. Not a single drag queen has ever been tied to molestation from a drag queen story hour. Curious. The article says, Michelle Shea Rowland was looking for a salvation when she joined the International Church of Jesus. She never imagined that 3 decades later she would lead a legal battle accusing the controversial Christian religious organization of enabling and covering up the sexual molestation of children in its congregation, among other alleged abuses. But that's exactly what she's doing. Is she not very observant? She's a Christian, so probably not. They have covered the spectrum of abuse, Rowland said. This is abuse of power, spirituality, doesn't exist, physically, psychologically, financially, and sexually. Yeah, or otherwise known as church. That's sort of the whole purpose. Anyway, as usual, they're raping all your kids and covering it up. But don't worry, they're not dressed as women, so it's fine. It's fine when you rape children in the name of God, folks. It must be. Nobody's protesting it, so what else am I supposed to think? And then him and Meta doing the Lord's work, ironically, since he is the friendly atheist. Apparently, they no likey him over there at the hate churches. This guy's bitching. He like, I was wondering why I was getting death threats again, because they're always the victim. These are the guys that come out and tell us to kill homosexuals, murder them and shit. Oh my God, we're the victims. Out of the blue, I thought, I bet Major Beta. I get it. It's him at Meta, but I call him Major Beta. Clever. Is behind this. Sure enough, after sifting through your sea of Christian hate posts, there it was. Your dog whistle of death. Who is really inciting violence? Still you, fuckos. Let's have a look at what him and Meta posted from this douche.
One game that I play right now, I kind of consider a game because it is kind of fun. It's called Duolingo. But even Duolingo, Duolingo has been infiltrated by homosexuals.
Preachers?
They teach,
you said you're playing it, so it has, right?
They teach a few times, his husband, and just stuff like that,
Oh no!
And it's
proper
like,
grammar.
The good thing is that whenever I see something that's that's factory, I kind of report it like this is wrong, this is incorrect.
Isn't that cancel culture?
This is not right.
Snowflake.
And every language is different that you learn, but Duolingo, it has been infiltrated by facts. So
oh no, not gay folks.
So I'm sure every game out there has been right.
Probably, hopefully, they're
I'm
good.
Sure every game out there, they put facts in there, they put whores in there, they put drugs, murder.
That's what makes it fun.
That stuff is not going to help you.
It's not gonna help you except to have fun, which is sort of the point. Me da think he protests too much. Get him, Hemmett! And then, speaking of hate preachers, Christian hate preacher Steven Anderson's back, folks, and he's eulogizing late evangelist Lonnie Frisbee. I don't know if you've heard of this movie that came out with Kelsey Grammer, Frasier. Toss salad and scrambled eggs. So anyway, it's based on a true story, loosely based, about a preacher who meets this hippie guy who looks like Jesus. Strangely, the movie doesn't mention that the hippie guy was gay and died of AIDS or all that. Psh, I'm sure it just slipped their mind. Anyway, obviously, he all mad at this Christian movie because it had a gay guy in it, and you can't do that. Anyway, let's listen to him meltdown and whine about it.
Let's talk about Lonnie Frisbee.
Cool.
Lonnie Frisbee is a homo.
Awesome. He was. He did.
Who died of AIDS.
He did die of AIDS.
Because he was being a homo with so many other homos.
I mean, yeah, that can cause AIDS, but also other things. But yeah, it's still bad and sad,
Okay, now, I mean, that should just be everything we need to know about
That's
old Lonnie Frisbee.
very small-minded.
Okay.
Dwarf.
This is who Chuck Smith teamed up with basically to found Calvary Chapel as we know it, and this whole Jesus revolution and Jesus movement is built on this flaming sodomite who kept just constantly relapsing into being a homo.
God damn it. Stop trying to make Christianity sound cool, Steven Anderson.
Of course, we just know that he just was a homo and that he's just a reprobate. And so that's why he keeps doing these things. And so ultimately, he just keeps being a homo, and then he's admitting openly to being a homo eventually, and then eventually dies of AIDS. The end. Okay, that's the Lonnie Frisbee story. Okay.
So funny, hilarious. There's no hate like Christian love, folks. Just the most vile scum on the entire planet. And then, speaking of vile scum, folks, hard to believe they actually believe this in 2023, but apparently this school thinks they've educated the first generation that can cast out devils. And if this has happened even one time, why is there no video footage? Why are you having to talk about that they have this ability instead of proving it or showing it? It's almost like you're just LARPing and making this up.
The work that's coming out of this art class is beyond anything that I did when I was in art.
I'm sure, but you're incredibly untalented.
And then down at the bottom, I mean, come on, Mark 16, 17.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to cast out demons down there.
They are not.
These kids are learning things that I didn't learn.
I bet they are.
These kids are going to be the first generation to graduate that know how to cast out devils. Come on now.
Yeah, come on now, let's show us. If they can do it, if they have done it, if they've been taught how to do it, you have some proof.
I mean, this is so beautiful. So we had to represent that. And when we looked that up, I mean, it just blew me away because we had to represent that.
We had to represent this made-up fake bullshit that doesn't happen, didn't happen, ain't never going to happen. We got to pretend like we have super magical powers. It makes us feel important and good about our dipshittery. And speaking of dipshittery, folks, this is how far and fast this country is falling. Wyoming governor bans abortion pills. But don't worry, folks. He wasn't biased at all. He said, I have acted without bias and after extensive prayer to allow these bills to become law. Whoa, wait. Record scratch. Wait a minute. You have acted without bias after extensive prayer. Yeah, that's a bias, dude. You're literally using your religion to give yourself permission to do whatever you want to. Using prayer as an excuse is just a way to not take any responsibility. Hey, I prayed. It wasn't me doing this. It was God. I'm totally unbiased, y'all. So great job, Wyoming. Our whole country is turning to fucking shit. Women losing their autonomy all over the place. Going to be nothing but incubators. Bad. Seems bad. But that's Christianity for you. And speaking of good old-fashioned Christian love, here's a guy who is amazingly representing Christianity on a local public transit.
Just stop talking to people and sit in your seat.
The people, I'm talking to you.
You're talking to everybody and nobody wants to talk to you.
I don't give a shit if they don't want to talk to me. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Look at this Christian book I'm reading. I'm better than you and more pious. Jesus loves me, you fat bitch.
You fat ass bitch.
It's a good one. We haven't heard that before.
You never heard that, right?
Not like 8 times
8 times, right?
on the stream.
Anyway,
You're crushing it. Crushing the road.
Raise your shirt and see what it is.
No, thank you.
You got on this fat
Keep
right
your
here,
shirt
right?
on.
You got a pretty face, but you got a fat ass.
Yeah, you don't have either, so I don't know what
You gotta work
Either.
hard.
Yeah.
You have an ugly face, ugly head, ugly soul. Everything about you, ugly motherfucker. Way to show the love of Christ.
Here, read this book, all right?
No, thank you.
No, thank
See
you,
what I
douche.
mean?
You're doing a good job. It seems like the faith in healing is really working for you.
I know, right? The book doesn't seem like it's working. Maybe they may read it 2 or 3 more times, dude. Seems ineffective. And then, did you guys hear about this one over there at the James River Church? They're just bragging about all the people they healed. And don't worry, folks. He about to explain in detail his miracle. And I assure you, I promise, after he gets done claiming this happened, he gonna show video evidence, right? Because obviously, if you're healing motherfuckers, you would have a cell phone around you somewhere to record this. You could prove to everybody the glory of God and that you have magic powers to heal sick motherfuckers, right? Isn't that what's going to happen? Don't hold your breath, folks.
People come to me and they'll have some sort of a problem, a disease, and they'll say, all right, do you know of anyone who's ever been healed of this before? That's our starting place, because if we have a testimony, then a legal precedent has been set.
No, wrong. Some dipshit lying about something is in no way a legal precedent. The fuck you talk about? And also, like, why would you need a legal precedent to heal people? Why would somebody have to be healed before in the exact way before you could heal somebody in that exact same way in the future? No logic whatsoever. Please continue, sir.
It was a carpenter, and he just had problems with his back because he had broken his leg as a kid. And he came and he said, my leg that was broken, when it healed, it grew past the other one.
Oh, cool. I'm going to break my legs. Be taller.
And he said, have you ever seen that healed before?
Nope. God can't heal that. God can heal everything else, but not your broken leg, dude. God's all powerful, but he ain't that all powerful.
What is he asking? He said, is there a legal precedent? And so I thought for a moment, I went, yes, I have.
Yes.
I had a pastor friend that was in a skiing accident. And when they put him back together, they had too many parts, and he had a leg that was too long. And so we were talking in an Italian restaurant. And I said, hey, turn the chair aside. So he turned the chair aside, and I held out his legs in the restaurant, and commanded the long leg to shrink, and it shrank. And
there were cameras?
He went back to the therapist. Everything was fine.
Yeah, no big
So
deal.
I'm sitting there with this guy's telling me a story. He says, you ever have seen this before? I said, yeah. I said, I have seen it. I said, sit down. Let's sit down.
Sit down now.
So I'm holding his leg up, and I thought he wanted it to shrink, and I thought,
Wait a minute. You did this before without a camera, and then you're doing it again, and then you still didn't think to turn a camera on? I'm just starting to think you might be bullshit.
People like to be taller.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I spoke to the leg that was normal, had no issues, and I commanded it to grow, and it actually grew out even with the other one. And he stood up, he was completely healed. And of course, we rejoiced and celebrated. And I went home going, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, God, for allowing me to come with this lie that's going to allow me to grift all these idiot sons of bitches out of money. Yeah, we going to eat good tonight here at Grifter headquarters. And at the same exact event, folks, where they're pronouncing all these miracles that done happen, is another woman who shall make you believeth. All of us about to be converted by her incontrovertible testimony. Let's have a look.
So I had 3 toes that were amputated in a terrible accident. I heard the word for creative miracles, and I thought, well, I certainly have a creative miracle that I might need. I need 3 toes to grow back.
Totally.
The person next to me said, do you want new toes?
Definitely, I do.
And I was like, well, sure.
Hell yeah.
All the women got down, and they prayed over my foot, and I decided to take my shoe off to see what was.
Okay, all these women around you, tons of people saw this miracle, not a single cell phone. Is that what you're telling me? Because, like, I'm sitting here with 10 cats, and they got 5 phones amongst them, just the fucking cats. So, call in bullshit. Please continue.
What's happening when he said, let's see the progress or if anything's happened. And when I did, I had to grab the person next to me and say, do you see what I see? And I saw 3 toes.
Show us.
That were forming, and now there's length to them.
Okay.
Tonight,
Take your
I
shoe
can
off.
stand on my tippy toes.
Really?
Listen, do you understand? I can
do.
stand on tippy toes. No, I couldn't do that because I didn't have toes to tippy on.
All right, come on, let's bless the Lord.
Yeah, let's
He's
bless the
Jehovah
Lord.
Rapha.
That totally happened.
Lord, we praise you.
We praise you for these lies from this insane person. Not going to show you any video, though. Not going to ask her to take her shoes off. Not going to provide any evidence anyway. Just clap and smile, everybody. You're not incredibly fucking stupid and gullible. And then some hero out there actually made a website for this lady called showmethetoes.com. And I agree with them, bitch. Show me the toes. Where your toes at? I got to see the toes or I ain't going to believe it. Somehow, I don't think this website's going to get any traction whatsoever. But Godspeed to your website. And then Think Atheist put out a good meme. I thought this was a really good response to this stupid-ass Christian talking point. Christian says, I find atheists confusing. It's like going to a restaurant and believing there's no cook in the back. Only that's a horrible analogy. It's actually like going to a restaurant, ordering food, but it doesn't come. And the waiter tells you to just keep ordering because the cook will hear you and your order will come. But it's been hours and your food still hasn't shown up and the waiter tells you you're not ordering hard enough. And also, sometimes the waiter is inappropriate with kids. The waiter fucks your kid. It has to. And then imagine this goes on for like 2,000 years. And yeah, that's what it's like. That's why we don't believe you. Because you're liars. And you like to rape kids a lot, which is bad. You shouldn't do that. And then finally, I don't really know what Trump is so worried about, to be honest with you folks. He seems like he's sort of in desperation mode. You got people out there that are protesting everything, but he gonna be fine. At least according to MAGA prophet Julie Green, who assures us that God is gonna block the indictment that's coming down tomorrow.
I told you, my children, don't worry about the things that you see.
I wasn't.
Because the things that you see are temporary. What they are trying to do to your rightful president, that's a laughing matter.
It's hilarious.
There will be no indictment of my son.
Bet.
Not the way they wanted it to go.
Right.
Oh, no, no, no.
No.
The indictments? Oh, yes, there will be indictments. I promise you. But it will be indictments for those for the ones
stutters.
who are trying to make this indictment. Because this is a time of seed time and harvest.
Definitely.
And I told you before, many, many times.
She told you, motherfuckers.
Many other words
All words.
I've given to you.
She gave it to you.
They are reaping a harvest.
Crying.
They have no idea
None.
what's coming.
Idiots.
I am an end to their plans because I am the great I am.
That's a lot of pronouns. Too many pronouns for me, God, to be honest with you. But whatever. You do you, God. But anyway, there you have it, folks. Trump not going to be indicted. Instead, everybody who tried to indict Trump going to be indicted. So, hey, when Trump is indicted tomorrow, you'll be like, Won't somebody hold her accountable for all the lies she's told? And of course they won't, folks. Of course not. There's no accountability when you're a prophet. You just say, hey, I meant that he won't be indicted in the spirit. I meant that he won't be indicted in heaven. That's what I actually meant. You took me out of context. So no accountability. They never have to be right. And the grift keeps on grifting because that's Christianity in a nutshell. That is my religious bullshit. What we got to say, DSPs? Are you dirty? Are you sexy? Are you poor? Yeah, you are. Threats? Yep, that's all they got. Threaten you with bullshit. She's insane. Yeah, well, she making up bucks. Making the cash. Don't cast pearls before swine is what they say. They probably just eat them anyway. I had a toe amputated in January and it's not growing back. You're not praying enough, Philip Smith. Heathen. What's wrong with you? And, what else? Wow. I know, no blobfish. I disappointed. Wow. All right, move right along, folks. Get in your super chats. Gonna read all the super chats. There's a button down here, like by the chat, and you click it and you super chat. You know how it works. But right now, let's do some Beyond Parody. Beyond Parody! Hell yeah! The new thing that all the CHUDs doing these days is they're posting this fighter who is a cis woman. She large, she clearly on the roids, but she a cis woman, right? And they posted her knowing that she's a cis woman, trying to claim or make their audience think that she is a trans woman. And it's the evil leftists letting a man beat up women. And if you read all the comments, they're like, oh my God, this is so unfair. It's crazy. Our society's so crazy. But they're liars. He's been told that this is a cis woman. He doesn't care. They feel morally obligated to lie. But I do agree she did. Got some ham hocks. Anyway, Beyond Parody, folks, all they can do is lie. That's all they got. Their entire politicology wrapped up in the trans issue, so they think they can lie and get away with it, and they will. That's just the way it works. And then on Beyond Parody, hero to win it all, Walter Masterson. And it is Beyond Parody, but it's also really grim and dark, folks. Here he is talking to this lady from Moms for Liberty. And you know what she's upset about? You know what they're protesting? This is literally how far they've fallen, folks. She's upset because they're teaching children empathy in school. They're teaching children how to be decent, loving, caring human beings. And she's so mad she can't see straight. She's fucking protesting goodness. Like I've said repeatedly, just in my lifetime, they become a completely different animal than I've ever even seen. Evil and personified.
So you're with Moms for Liberty. So you're telling me there's a...
Let me start this over. I can't.
New threat. So you're with Moms.
I can't really see very good. It's fucking dark. You guys are like, use dark mode, Dusty.
There's a new threat besides gender ideology, besides critical race theory. What's this third one?
So social emotional learning is basically the Trojan horse that allows critical race theory, that allows the critical queer theory, teaching our kids how to feel, teaching them about their feelings. Rather than parents paying for a therapist for their children, they let the teachers do it at school.
They talk about their feelings?
They talk about their feelings all the time, or they'll say, it's called formative conversations, and they'll say, so how can we show empathy? Let's say that we have...
So empathy?
Okay, so if the word, let's say they have a word of the week, and the word of the week at my child's school was empathy. And the teacher started talking, how can we show empathy? And then she says, if you have a friend that has two moms, how can you have empathy? Well, my child comes home and says, Mom, there can be two moms. You know, and then it's these conversations.
All right, gotta stop. Gotta stop that song right there because they will copyright my show just for playing that outro. They've done it before. But anyway, it's how crazy it's gotten, folks. Empathy is now woke. Can't teach your kids to be nice, decent, loving, and understanding. Gotta get them a therapist to do that. You know, just like normal people. Don't we all have parents that are rich enough to get us therapists? Sure, Christian, sure, conservatives. Great. And speaking of the most ridiculous people on the planet, Tim Pool is back, folks, and he's still bitching about the gay scene in The Last of Us. It's been like 6 weeks, Tim. Get the fuck over it already. But now he feeling super justified because all his homophobic his homophobic bigot card playing friends also had a problem with the gay episode. Yeah, no shit. All the assholes you hang around with are obviously going to be ignorant bigots just like you. Why else would they fucking be hanging around with you, Beanie Baby?
So then,
Bowser, like from Mario?
Yeah, from Mario.
Okay.
And then somebody made a joke about it. Somebody mentioned Mario. Someone then said, is there an evil Toad because there's an evil Luigi or whatever? And then I said, Toad is evil. The mushroom people are actually cordyceps fungus infected people, like in Last of Us, and everybody laughs. And then one guy goes like, yeah, you watch that show? And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't played the video game. And he's like, yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it. Except for that one episode.
Literally, I don't know if you guys have seen this episode, but it's one of the greatest episodes in history. An incredibly beautiful love story set in a post-apocalyptic world. And yeah, it was two men. But like I told you guys before, like me and Jeff sat here and laid in bed together and watched it. You know, two heterosexual. It froze up again? Can you guys see me? Jeff told me I froze up, but it seems like it's still going. Let me go over here and check.
Where they've got the gay scene.
Oh, shut up for a minute, Temple. Let me go check it and see if the stream is still going. Looks like it's still going to me. Yeah, maybe it just froze up to him. It seems to be working to me. Yeah, I see Temple on my screen. It's going. Okay, works fine. I think it's frozen for him. Okay. It's just you, Jeff! Anyway, speaking of the devil, and he shall appear. Jeff got my back. Anyway, like I said, me and Jeff, we was having date night, and every Sunday, we're sad now because it's over, we got together, and in my incredible home entertainment system, we were watching The Last of Us, which is fucking awesome. I have a better home entertainment system than like the movie theaters. It's amazing. Anyway, beautiful, an incredibly beautiful episode. Only the most repressed sack of shit would have a problem with it. Case in point, Tim Pool.
Out of
the
nowhere.
gay sex scene. And then everyone looks like shifty-eyed at each other. And then we all start laughing and we're like, I go, I think I know what episode you're talking about. And he's like, what the fuck, man? And then other people at the table are just like, that dude should have got kicked out the moment he tried to play the piano. Like,
I mean, there were two gay men who found each other in a post-apocalyptic world against all odds. Why the fuck would he kick him out? And also, he was kind of hot.
The episode has a lot of gay sex in it.
It doesn't. They, like, nothing explicit whatsoever. It's like a lot of them in bed afterwards, hugging and shit, but no gay sex whatsoever, really.
And it's just, and like they show it.
They don't show
it
at all.
My point is, regular people.
Regular people. I'm a regular person. Only the kind of people that would have a problem with are irregular assholes who are very insecure about being bald.
Sitting at a casino who don't know anything about politics, we're just like, yo, what the fuck? What is this?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of bigots and homophobes at your casino, Temple. Proof that you're right somehow. You're beyond parody, motherfucker. And then, last but not least on Beyond Parody, folks. Shocking once again, folks. This 4chan user was living with his mom. I know. Brace yourself. We're all so amazingly shocked. Anyway, he was doing the keyboard warrior shit, calling for the death of a local sheriff in his mom's house, and the cops came to get him, and you're not going to be surprised. It's exactly 100% the type of person you would imagine would get arrested from 4chan living in their mom's house. So let's skip ahead a little bit. Knock, knock.
Yeah. Can you have him come to the door, please?
Yeah, we all retro son. You did not raise him very well. You enabled him.
Absolutely.
Richard.
They're here.
They're here.
I don't know who they are.
Not surprised.
Please. South Brunswick Police. Just so you know, we're audio visually recording. They're recording. Can you step down here, please? What's up? Yeah, come
What's
we'll
up?
talk to you down here. What's up, bud? Come on down this way. How are you? How you doing? Go ahead. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Come here.
Oh, man, I thought he was going to be ripped
Okay. Take it easy.
and rich and have lots of ladies. What? This 4chan guy got arrested in his mom's house for threatening the local police is some overweight, doughy, greasy loser? Who could have possibly seen this coming?
Florida. Okay. For the incident that you're aware of what's going on?
Yeah, I was. I think I saw you there.
What you talked about, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to headquarters. We'll do everything. And we also have a search warrant to search for electronic devices.
Okay.
What's upstairs? Your computer?
Yeah.
Why do they never surprise us, folks? It's always exactly the person you think somehow. Conservatives, easy to fucking read. And all right, that is my short and sweet. Beyond parody. Karen, yep, enjoy prison. I'm sure he'll be perfectly capable of fending for himself. I can feel impending cringe, yep. Warning for those susceptible to cringe-induced injuries. Regular people will call them normies, I know, right? They call us normies like that's an insult. Being more normal than you guys is actually good? Jeff, thanks for being such a good friend to Dusty. Hell yeah, just the shit, man. Jeff cooks for me. Does all kinds. He's been down, like, I told you guys, my mom has, basically an old folks home. She takes care of a bunch of old and infirm people at her house, and Jeff's been going on there, like, every day, fixing up her house, doing construction work. I mean, just a hell of a guy. So everybody give a shout out and show some love to Jeff. And I actually have a video of Jeff. Me and Jeff got drunk. I'm going to tell you the story. We filmed it, and it's coming up in the slow news section, so you guys are going to see a video of Jeff. If you want to see what Jeff looks like drunk, you're going to see that at the end of the show. So prepare your assholes, because it's coming. But first, we're going to move on to some section I like to call... And first off, on tonight's Woke Panic... Did you guys see this one? Oh man, this pretty much destroyed the internet last week. I'm a little late on this story, but it's hilarious. So Brianna Joy had this woman on her show who literally wrote a book about how wokeness is destroying our society. And every journalist, every reporter should be doing this. We should be asking these people just to define the word woke. And you'd think she wrote a book about woke. She wrote a book about how it's destroying our society. Obviously, right at the top of her head, she could just explain what it is. I mean, unless it's some kind of vague and nebulous bullshit that you just invented that doesn't actually mean anything, that a catchphrase that you could just use to describe anything you don't like. Surely, that's not how lame you are, is it?
Of Americans consider themselves very liberal. And probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, you know, when we talk about traditional...
What does that mean to you? Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that...
Yes.
So this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. I mean, woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it.
You didn't.
It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression. It's hard to explain in a 15-second soundbite.
It's not. It literally just means the acknowledgement that there's racial injustice in this country. It's so simple. It's so amazingly, unbelievably, incredibly fucking simple. But you don't want to say that because it doesn't feed into your narrative. You want to write whole books about this buzz scare word because this is literally all you guys have. You don't have any policies, any positions, any plans, nothing that's going to progress society in any meaningful way. All you have is this buzzword to yell and scare people with. Woke, 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 woke. Your entire political party's playbook is this one fucking word, and the fact that you can't define it, yeah, that's our whole fucking point, because it doesn't actually goddamn mean anything. And this is the same woman, folks, you'll be incredibly unsurprised, who wrote articles about how we should befriend neo-Nazis. Yeah, here she is, Bethany Mandel, looking at you. We need to start befriending neo-Nazis. Do we? I'm going to have to say no to that dog. Hell to the gnaw. And then she starts making excuses for it, folks. She said the reason that she couldn't give a definition of it is because before she went on the air, Christina Brio, whatever her name is, made a joke about children or something that threw her off. And then she wrote a whole article called I Was Asked to Define Woke. My humiliation went viral. And you're going to be incredibly surprised. She still didn't define the word woke. She wrote an entire article about how she couldn't define the word woke on a live stream and did not define the word woke in the article because it does not mean anything. Everything they don't like is woke. It's as simple as that. Don't believe me? They'll tell you out fucking right. Here's Fox News after this controversial went viral, trying to do damage control and explain how it's perfectly fine that they can't define woke.
One of the things about woke is, can you explain it to your mom? Think about that. And I remember when President Trump was running, and this was before he won in 2016, he used to get standing ovations initially when he would say, political correctness is ruining our country.
Right.
And everybody that was clapping knew exactly what he meant. But
right. Another vague political buzzword that doesn't actually mean anything, means whatever you want it to be. No shit, they were clapping for that stupidity.
It's sort of like the Supreme Court definition of pornography. You know it when you see it. So the Democrats want to get you in an argument where you're having to define wokeism.
Yes, if your entire political ideology revolves around one single word that you use for everything, you might need to define that word.
As if the Webster's Dictionary is defining it. And that's not what it is. It could be a feeling. It could be a sense. And I wonder if Republicans or conservatives are going to have to define it more. She could be right. I don't know. This will be tested. But the other poll numbers you showed are important. The one thing I don't see any candidate really doing right now is talking about a plan for pro-growth economic means. And
right, because you don't have any. Literally, your entire party only has one plan, and that is to say the word woke over and over and over again. Yeah, woke is just a feeling. It's just a feeling, says the fuck your feelings people. Say the facts don't give a fuck about your feelings people. I just have a feeling it's woke, and so it's justifiable somehow to use this as my only political ideology. Just absolutely ridiculous, and she ain't the only one, folks. Here's Tim Pool with this gibberish. Tim Pool doing his best to define woke because they can't do it. And this controversy went viral. They're making fun of all conservatives, so they're all doing their best to try to throw their hat in the ring to solve this problem, but they can't because it doesn't mean anything. Tim Pool says, understanding what woke is simple. Spoiler alert, what he's about to say is not in any way simple. It is the modern left liberal culture created by algorithms on social media. It is characterized by cult-like adherence to rapidly changing ideological foundations rooted in various leftist theories. It's social zombieism. Oh, that was so simple. Why didn't you just say that to begin with? But just vague nonsense. Literally anything they don't like is woke. Anything they want to claim is woke, they could just say it's social zombieism. Anything that's from the left, period. Any progressive idea at all is woke. You don't want people smoking cigarettes because it causes cancer. Woke. You don't want to have the earth boil from global warming. Woke. Just everything. Anything that tries to better society is woke. And he ain't even the only one trying to explain away this bullshit. Here's James Lindsay, folks. He is the father, basically, of this new woke panic that has infested the conservative movement. James says, when they say we can't define woke, there's a perverse abuse going on. Yeah, aren't we abusing them by asking them to explain what the fuck they're talking about when they use these words? We're so evil. Many can't define it, but have clear tacit knowledge of it. The articulation gap is used to bully and gaslight. Yeah, the fact that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and we pointed out, is such bullying, isn't it? Psychological abuse. They're the victims, folks. They can't define it. They use it for everything. They're the victims. The perverse part is that lived experience refers to tacit knowledge. That you know something that you can't quite articulate is used as grounds to marginalize and abuse you. Exactly like they misbelieve about their own experience. That they claim the same thing is used to further marginalize and abuse you. Marginalization and abuse are their game. Fact is, most of you can't define woke, but you know what it is. Tacitly, yeah, we can't define it, but we're going to use it continuously as this meaningless buzzword. But yeah, so if you can't define it, shut the fuck up. If it doesn't mean anything, shut the fuck up. Admit it. Okay? Just because you feel something is woke is not good enough for the rest of us. Hey, guess what? Fuck your feelings, James Lindsay. And then You know who's finally gone too far? That evil piece of shit, Drew Barrymore. I know. Who does Drew Barrymore think she is, being a pleasant, decent, loving, caring human being? Don't you know empathy is evil? You're not supposed to do that. So apparently, Drew Barrymore has this transgender person on her show and dared to be nice.
Let me ask you about the negativity. How have you dealt with it? And what's an approach you take? What's your self-talk? What do you filter?
Yes.
How do you...
I still read the comments, but there is so much hatred directed at the trans community right now. It's everywhere.
Yes, it is.
And I think the greatest weapon that I can contribute is trans joy and comedy and talking about hard, subjects and really intricate moments of a transition, and try to let everybody in to see that, I'm not a monster. I'm not somebody that, is trying to do anything but be myself and be happy.
I can't believe you, Drew. Why are you being nice to a trans person? You're supposed to kick him in the face and scream at him. But yes, conservatives are freaking out that Drew Barrymore's a nice person. Savannah Hernandez says Drew Barrymore has been an embarrassment for years. What? Drew been pretty cool. She flashed David Letterman. She smokes the ganja a bit. Probably does a little too many drugs, but who don't, right? Now she's kneeling to the man that is making a mockery of the entire female gender. Well, I'm just saying, if this person has the ability to mock the entire female gender, you don't think very much of the female gender, in my opinion. And wasn't the only one. Chaya Radrick of the Libs of TikTok account, the stochastic terrorist account, says, image of woman kneeling before a man, circa 2023. I mean, even if it was that, who gives a fuck? Are you the snowflakes? Possibly. I think that might be possibly true. And here she is. Oh, same one. And I'm also struggling with the problem with this picture. Drew Barrymore does this all the time, where she sits on the floor and kneels to her guest and interacts with them very close up, tries to be loving. Of course, it's just entertainment, right? Myth Informed. You know who that is? That's Mythicist Milwaukee. That is the cowardly sacks of shit who hold these free thought conventions that invite pretty much only chuds, who I have agreed to go speak at multiple times, and told me that they would have security remove me from the building if I showed up. Yeah, what's up, Mythicists? You fucking chicken shits. Yeah. And anyway, they all mad. The more you watch this, the worse it gets. Drew Barrymore and Dylan Mulvaney practically make out on set. All right, let's see how horrible this is.
Two best friends in a room, they might kiss. Yes, we will. What? Yes, we will.
Oh no! Two people being friendly and playing around. No! Think of the children. Oh no, snowflakes. That's what you are, cowards! You chicken shit, cowardly custards, can't cut the mustard. Where you at, Mythicists? They got so mad because I said I was going to show up anyway and do they invited Shoehead and Bunty King, all these fucking chud-ass people, and I was like, I'm going to show up and protest your event by having dance competitions. And they're like, they DM me on Twitter, and they're like, no, if you show up and do a dance competition, we're going to have security remove you, Dusty. No. And I was like, I'll fly myself out and speak for free. And they're like, no. So yeah, I would hide if I were you guys. And then, like I said, lots of people were all mad about this for no fucking reason. Kara Danksy, this thread is to Drew Barrymore. So they're going to try to pull up all the hurtful things from Drew Barrymore's past, her life, in order to try to make her feel bad for being friendly to a trans person. Kara Danksy says, Dear Miss Barrymore, I know that you had a difficult childhood, so I'm going to bring it up and use it against you to make you feel like shit for no reason. I'm the good guy. It is very public knowledge that you suffered from addiction. Were sent to rehab at the age of 13 and spent 18 months in an institution for the mentally ill. Yeah, she had a rough childhood. A lot of child actors do that. They're abused as a child and used by their parents to make lots of money. It's horrible. But you don't actually give a shit. You're concern trolling, which is not amazing. Kara goes on to say, it is also public knowledge that you attempted suicide as 14. Holy shit, you're garbage. Sending you back to rehab, and that you filed a court petition to emancipate yourself from your parents and started living on your own at 15. You wrote about all of this in your book, Little Girl Lost. I don't pretend to understand what you have gone through or how any of it has affected you, but I do have tremendous sympathy. However, I'm going to use all that shit against you because you were nice to a trans person. Bring up all your childhood trauma because I really care about you. Fake! That's what all you motherfuckers are, and that's what they're mad about, folks. Clearly, she was always a woman. So here she is, I guess, before the transition on The Price is Right. And just going to say, wow, theatrical, incredibly theatrical, but very feminine.
You get to spin the wheel. Yeah, you get to spin the wheel, but guess what? You get a second chance in this game first.
No way. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm still in it.
So you know 2 prices already, which is a great thing. $3.99 and $5.99. Which one do you want to keep?
I'm gonna keep the $5.99.
Keep $5.99. Something else up here is $5.99. You tell me what it is, you get everything.
I'm gonna say the soup.
Soup, $5.99. It's pretty fancy. It is. Yes, you got it. Dylan's a winner. Dylan's a winner. Dylan, nice job, man. Look at that. We're gonna spin the wheel right after this. Don't go away, folks.
A natural. That's what you call a natural. Zany, natural fun. So obviously, evil. Pure 100% evil. This is what the Conservative Party has decided their entire platform is going to be. You go. Holy shit. I used to think I was the greatest entertainer. Good lordy. Still going. I wish I had it like that, folks. I just thank God. Anyway, amazing. Good. But obviously, pure evil. In fact, so evil, if the person I just showed you was near Candace Owens' child, she would call the cops on them. That's how evil they are.
There you have it, Dylan. In a sane society, we would all say it's not normal for somebody that is supposed to be a grown man to have a fetish, because this is what this is, you're watching a fetish play out in real time, about being a little girl. That's not normal. That is something that should scare us. That is something that if you see, you should not want.
Not normal, folks, you know, like black Republicans.
Around your young children. If my little girl was around a man that wanted to play dress up in little girl clothing, I would pull her away from him. I would probably call the police. This is in a sane society. We would say, this is something that we cannot have. This would be a sign, right? People tell you.
I mean, if your little child is hanging around any stranger without your permission, you might want to check in on that shit. I don't care who they are or what they're doing, just pretty much anybody in general there. Can you imagine some old fucking perv is rubbing up against her child in the mall and asking, where's your parents, little girl? How you doing? And then Candace Owens runs over there and is like, you're not trans, are you? And the perv's like, no, I'm cis. And Candace goes, oh, you're fine then. You're fine. It's all good. Continue, good sir. I guess that's how that would go. Weird. And then on Woke Panic, you guys hear about Joe Rogan's new anti-woke comedy club? I wish I was making this up. Apparently, they need some safe spaces because when they're out at regular clubs, people are like, hey, your jokes are tired and hacky and are unfunny. You know, you only guys have one joke. The I identify as joke, and it's done to death and not the best. So Joe Rogan's like, no, I cannot have these hacky, shitty comedians feel bad about the fact that they're not good at their jobs. I'm going to make a whole comedy club where they can have a safe space. So apparently they scan your face when you walk in the door and they take your phone. So nobody can record. So we're not able to see and put on the internet how bad their comedy sets are and mock them in public. And also they scan your face so that if you heckle, you're kicked out forever. And I guess Big Brother, they're having face scanning technology. They can just keep track of fucking everybody to make sure no lefties get in there. So total safe space, folks. You fucking wieners. Goddamn, what a wiener. You fucking thumb. You such a big, tough guy. Why you scared of the left, man? I ain't never done stand-up, but I want to make a whole woke stand-up act and just, like, show up and do it and see what their reaction is. Make them cry. Hilarious. And then... doing what he do, folks. He on there claiming he didn't change, folks. And this is what they have to do. This is what Elon Musk does. When these guys get super rich, having money turns you into a conservative shithead because you start deluding yourself. Hey, I earned all this money. I earned it by myself. Society didn't help me. I shouldn't have to give a bunch of this money back to society, which is really what helped you be successful in the first place. But no. And so then, because they're so horrified at paying an extra dime in taxes, or especially the famous, being held accountable for fucking anything. Their egos won't allow them to do any kind of self-introspection and decide that they may have done or said something wrong. So instead, they come up with this idea that it's not me. I haven't changed. I'm exactly the same. The left has changed, right? Here's him pulling that same exact fucking bullshit.
The culture shift between right and left authoritarianism, and now people don't recognize that if you just stopped looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the actions.
Okay, the actions are in Florida, they're banning books, forcing rapists to carry their babies nationwide, literally passing laws to do genital inspections, you know, stuff like that, protesting, making even being trans illegal. All across the country, making drag shows illegal, drag performances in public illegal. Just as authoritarian as you can possibly imagine, as 1984 dystopian as it gets, is right-wing policies. What does the left do? Oh, they asked Twitter to take down a dick pic of Hunter Biden. So the same thing. The left is going crazy. But no, Joe. When you cherry pick one side and you give the other side an entire pass for everything they fucking do, yeah, you can make one side look slantedly more bad than the other side, but that's just because you have no integrity whatsoever. You have no morals. You have no scruples. This is what you become, just another rich shithead, just another cog in the goddamn machine.
Whether it's war, suppression of free speech,
whether it's war. Is the left for war, or is it the people supporting Russia who literally attacked another country who could end the war this second by stopping attacking that country? Pretending that supporting Ukraine's right to defend itself makes you a warmonger, and not the people who are calling for Russia to not immediately cease fire is just as insane as it gets.
Pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, right. whatever the fuck it is. That used to...
Yes, in a modern society, when we have modern drugs during a pandemic and we're trying to keep another black plague from happening, people shouldn't be forced to go to work with you if you're a fucking plague rat and don't want to get the goddamn shot. If you want to be a plague rat, keep your ass at home. We have workers' rights. We have to protect our workers. We have no choice in this capitalist system but go out and work our fucking fingers to the bone to keep ourselves and our families fed. Yes, we want to do it in the safest manner as we possibly can, which means, yes, if we have modern technology, modern medicine that keeps a plague from wiping out ourselves, our grandparents, our children, yes, it should be mandatory to take it, you fucking knob.
All be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right, and now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing, and I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side, and if it's our side that's saying this, for sure that's the right thing to do, and no one's critically thinking about this. The culture shift.
You're super critical there with your thought process, Joe. You're just a right-wing shill now. Just admit it, man. I won't have any respect for you, but I have more respect for you. But as always, you are beyond parody. And that's about beyond parody, folks. What we got to think about that? Toad Rogan doing what that toad do. She was hilarious. I agree. Change is hard on thumbs. I know getting old is hard. Me and Jeff all the time talk about the new rules with trans people and how we're trying to be better people and just, have the conversation, ask questions, be understanding, because neither one of us want to be those old men who just hate everything, hate all the children. Children are ruining everything. fucking the society up. I don't want to be that kind of bitter ass old person that every old motherfucker turns into. Do you? Clearly Joe does. Critically flawed? Yes, he is. What the fuck? The left are anti-war? I know, but we support Ukraine's right to defend itself. Somehow we're warmongers, I guess, in the fevered mind of conservative fucking douchebags. And now, moving right along, folks, it's the trash world. The trash world! The trash world! It's a dumpster fire! It's hellish! Trash world! Trash world! I've already fucked the section up! I don't even have the right thing loaded. God damn it. Dusty is bad and I should feel bad about it. It's the trash world. And I was going to show you this Parker Posey, who is a TERF and an activist. I'm going to show you this scene where in front of a banner that says women speak, a woman tried to run up to the microphone and speak, and the men grabbed her by the throat and dragged her to the ground. And they were perfectly fine with it, folks. They don't have any problem. Is this it?
I've condensed it. I said basically in the beginning time that I finally.
Is this it? No, that's not it. All right, whatever.
Of the blood, sweat.
So yeah, this trash world have no problem. These TERFs with men grabbing women by the throat and throwing to the ground in front of a sign that said "Women Speak." Beyond parody, but it's not. It's trash world. And way to go, Idaho! Because of the draconian anti-abortion laws, North Idaho Hospital will no longer deliver babies. Yeah, super cool. The fewer hospitals that do deliver babies, going to be more and more. So, you know, it's only 20,000 per baby. Let's kick it up to 30,000, 40,000. They're so scared because of what conservatism has turned this country into. Not even delivering babies anymore. You get what you fucking deserve, Idaho. And one more quick trash world tonight, apparently. Last up on the trash world, rolling right through it. 20-year-old Native American woman, Brittany Pulaw, was convicted by an Oklahoma jury of manslaughter for the death of her 17-week-old non-viable fetus. She faces 4 years in prison for a miscarriage she suffered less than halfway through her pregnancy. They putting women in jail now for having miscarriages, folks. Things they had no control over. Tell me, Joe Rogan, tell me which side is authoritarian. Tell me, you bald fuck. It's real easy to point out authoritarianism on one side when you're willing to ignore everything your fucking side does, pretend it doesn't exist, and then pretend you have some kind of goddamn integrity. You don't, dude, at all. Pathetic. Pathetic. Everybody sees right through you. That's my trash world. Short and sweet, baby. Like me. What the fuck? The left are anti-war? Yes, they already read that. What the fuck? I know it's all what the fuck all the time on the world's greatest show. Now, what did they do? Nothing. Authoritarianism out the ass. They're going to start tracking you when you travel. Who's pregnant, who's not, to make sure you're pregnant when you come back, folks. Just, it's The Handmaid's Tale coming to life. While Joe Rogan tells us all it's fine, and it's the left that's the problem. On the #1 podcast in the world, because it's a trash world. 100%. Intense show back, as always. Dusty, so intense. And move right along, folks. Still got plenty of amazing show for you. Let's do some what the fuck. What the F? And first off on this week's WTF, Boogery Nick Fuentes is back, folks, to let us all know what a ladies' man he is. All the ladies want this, a studless stud alpha male. They just play coy, but the truth is they love him and just want him to rape them? No, I have to have heard that wrong. Really? Okay, let's hear it.
I'm not surprised why women don't support me. Women are irrational and sensitive. It's just like my whole life. Because I was always like the class clown. I was always like bullying women.
Super cool. He's so tough, y'all.
Women have always been like simultaneously charmed, but also
super charmed.
Like, oh, stop it. Oh, you're so annoying. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. That's how women are with like with this.
With just a superior alpha specimen like myself.
With like my personality type, you're like a rascal. You know, you're like
You're such a rascal,
you're
Nick.
like a bastard.
Mm-hmm. You a bad boy, aren't you?
And they're kind of like, because I'm like a rule breaker and stuff. And so women simultaneously are intrigued by that, but they're they also have to pretend like they're not, because women,
because they're not.
It's sort of like how a lot of women want to be raped. And when I say raped, I mean like, that sounds bad when I say
It's so funny. I know.
But there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them.
Definitely true.
But also they have to pretend, but part of it is they have to pretend like they don't.
Yay! Amazing. The right. Definitely not mind-numbingly creepy and scary, are they? This dude did a fucking convention with the #1 conservative congressperson on the right, folks. This is how far we've fallen. This is America for you. Yeah, I know. What the fuck? Yeah, I call it what the fuck for a reason. Did you guys hear about this one? Gainesville man looks at child porn while deputies search his home for child porn. Well, you know what? There's your problem. You know where I think you went wrong? Looking at the child porn, where they come into your house to find child porn. Probably should have done that. Probably next time, don't look at the child porn. That's just me. And I know you guys can't help but notice, not a drag queen. Not at all. Curious. How it's never a fucking drag queen. Amazing. Yeah. And then on what the fuck? Did you guys see this? This crazy story. Man sentenced to life in prison after returning to murder scene to drunkenly tell police what happened. So I guess the story was he was dating this girl or something, or ex-girlfriend, and murdered her new boyfriend or whatever. And then he just walks up to the police all drunk as fuck and starts explaining himself. Spoiler alert, he was just sentenced to life in prison day before yesterday.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for I can help her. What's going on?
Uniform one night?
Yeah, I can help her. What's going on? Yeah. No, I know what happened. I know the people they involved.
You did it.
So.
Go again.
But we need to dig deep, you know?
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm not gonna tell you my name.
You are.
Because I know what happened.
I know you
and you need me to figure it out what happened. If you don't have me, you don't know what happened. I just know that some guy come here.
Yeah.
And he up some guy.
Yeah, you did it.
I don't know what happened.
Right.
You just said you did.
I don't know what happened.
You literally just said
got
you did.
You're gonna think about me, but it's not gonna be me.
It is gonna be
because
him.
there's no proof.
It's proof. He's guilty. He did it.
So you think something's happened to a male in this address?
No, I know what happened.
Yeah,
what happened then? Tell me what happened.
This city is mine. I'm not gonna
This
tell you
city's
that.
yours, is it?
Yeah, this city is mine.
Definitely.
Get in the van, please. You've been arrested, okay? We're trying
I've been arrested.
We're
Yes,
trying,
send me below.
we're trying not.
Okay,
we're
send me.
trying not to manhandle you, but we need you to get in the van.
I bet that dude loved Andrew Tate. Just going out on a limb, getting Andrew Tate vibes all over that dude. But enjoy life in prison, I guess. Seems bad. Might not want to get drunk and return to the scene of crime and then start talking shit to the police. Oh no, life lessons. Seems like some life lessons you wouldn't have to learn. Guess not. And folks, do you love my show? Well, you're watching it. I don't know what the fuck you're watching it, unless you love it, unless you hate watching it. I guess some people do that. They're weird as shit. But anyway, I need your help. Could you please become a patron? At patreon.com/Codcast. A link in the description of this video. You can just donate whatever you want. $5 the average, but like if you're going to donate more, that'd be great. I do exclusive content after every show. I do even more show for the super diehard fans. That's how I support the show and support my mom's thing, supporting all my animals. So if you could help me out, please consider doing so. And tonight, our after party, we're going to learn how to make music. You know, that amazing music. And I do know music is subjective. Not everybody's going to like my music. And I know my music's weird and everything. It's not for everybody. But you don't have to make music like me. You can make music in your own style, and I will teach you. It is very easy. It'll be fun to hang out. We're going to do an after party. Plenty of time to sign up on Patreon for that. So click on the link in the description of the video and do that now while you still have time. And all right, we're going to read some super chats. Let's see what you heroes have to say to me tonight. Ooh, it's low. I ain't got very many super chats tonight. All right. everybody supports, not apparently. That's fine. Jason Ashby gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Jason Ashby. I appreciate you. Socialism at its best, hero. Love your new song. The best of 2023 easily. I appreciate you, Crash. Made it myself. I worked hard on that, folks. It was fun. It was a lot of fun making that song. I don't know if I'll make too many more with words. I don't know if I'll sing. I might. We'll see what happens. Rocket6923, $10. Thank you, Rocket. Appreciate it. And Jason Ashby, time to put a bounty on Chuds. I can't say that out loud, but thank you for giving out the Dust Buddies. And welcome all you new Dust Buddies. You guys can become a Dust Buddy for $2.99 a month and get customized emojis to spend the chat with. It's a great way to support the show. And all the cool kids are doing it, so become a Dust Buddy today. 2000s Retro Suzuki gifted 5 Cult Dusty memberships. Man, I love that. Soon everybody's going to have one. Yeah, which is the way it should be. Cuber Lover 1982 Dusty, here's $2. Buy yourself a coffee. I will. Gonna buy all the coffee. Salvia Hill $4.99. Greatest show on the face of the earth. Always a highlight of my week. Gotta make sure I'm home by 8 to catch Dusty. Hope all is well. Much love, Evan. Yeah, I've had a pretty good week. I can't complain. Thank you for support. Isaiah Taylor, she looks like Daria Morgendorfer if Daria was meaner. All right, are you talking about the fighter? Probably. Spooky action at a distance 2022. Amazing amount. Woke wakes up my libido. I know, right? I guess at an anti-woke comedy club, everybody's going to be asleep? Seems bad for comedy. $9.99 from my one black friend. They use woke similar to the way the Smurfs use Smurf. They can go Smurf themselves. I know, right? Everything is Smurfed. It's all Smurfed up. Smurf you! I wish you remember was my white mama. She's the same age as me. I used to have a crush on her when she was like 6 or 7. But it's not weird because I was also 6 or 7. So she was real cute when I was a little kid. And E.T. Elliot. Dusty, conservatives work so hard to be miserable. I know, right? And it's really easy to do. You don't even have to work that hard. And where is the TJ Kirk collab 666? Man, you know what? TJ came out in my defense. My channel got deleted a little while ago. He posted on his Twitter, and he messaged me, and he asked if there's anything he could do to help me. And I said, all I can think of is maybe have me on your show so we could get the word out. And he kind of blew me off, to be honest with you, which is fine. Like, he probably don't want to have me on the show. It's his show. You don't have to have me on there if you don't want to. But that's kind of what happened. He blew me off. But it's so fine. Like, I do appreciate him taking up for me and everything. So I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. And all right, folks, more super chats, please. I could use them. I got to help out my mama and her old folks home. But first, moving along, it's time for... Oh, I didn't make a graphic for this, but... Happy Erasmus, everybody! Erasmus! Supposedly coming tomorrow, folks. Trump, gonna be indicted, gonna be arrested, gonna be fingerprinted, have a mugshot taken. Well, before you get there, Trump had another very bad week, which is great. Always good to hear. First off, the news came out that his True Social shot is being funded by Russia? Is that true? It is! Trump's media company reportedly under federal investigation for money laundering linked to Russia. So apparently Trump's media company was supposed to have a big deal, but it was falling through because the federal government was investigating it. And then all of a sudden, they got a mysterious $8 million infusion in cash right as they were about to go bankrupt. And they asked no questions, of course, because it's money, right? Well, it turns out, Vladimir Putin's buddy was propping up the whole website to make sure it did not get shut down, folks. Tell me Russia's not interfering in our elections. 100% they are, folks. They didn't want the site to disappear because it's the perfect outlet for disinformation and propaganda that will help Trump get elected again, and that's exactly what they want. Not that they actually give a fuck about Trump. They just want to split our country in half. A weak America is good for Russia. That's exactly what they wanted to happen. Yep. And as Tristan Shell says, so True Social was about to get $1 billion in capital, and then the SEC started investigating, so the capital went poof, and they were likely weeks or even days from going under, and they suddenly got an $8 million from a bank in Dominica country owned by Russian oligarch? Yes, they did, folks. This is real life. They're propping them up. Foreign entities interfering in our election by supporting and fueling Donald Trump. Nobody should be surprised to hear it. But any Trump supporter give a shit in any way? Nope. Nope, because nothing they say is real or true. They're not about shit. And then Of course, right on cue, after he got his $8 million infusion of cash, he went public and said, hey, Russia's not the bad guy. Russia's not the problem. The problem is America. We are the problem.
At home, the State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission.
Yeah.
Our foreign policy.
What he's talking about right now, he's talking about pulling out of NATO, or at least stopping NATO from helping Ukraine so Russia can just go in and take over the Ukraine, rape, pillage, destroy the whole country. 100% what he's talking about. Curious that he gets an $8 million infusion from Russia, and suddenly he's going to betray Ukraine and take Russia's back. Amazing. I only wish any Trump supporter had any integrity whatsoever.
Policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us.
So USA is the problem, folks, and we have to tackle these USA-hating people. How are you not a USA-hating person? You just said Russia wasn't the problem. You just said that we are the fucking problem. That is textbook USA-hating there, Donald Trump, but don't look for any kind of logic or reason when it comes to MAGA. And then he got desperate, folks, because then he began to read the tea leaves and see he was going to get indicted. He is going to be arrested. So he's doing exactly what he did before. He's calling for protests, knowing full well that they could lead to violence, which is exactly what he wants. He wants people to be intimidated. He wants fear. This is his only weapon. He says, now illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and whose leaders is funded by George Soros, indicate that with no crime being able to be proven and based on an old and fully debunked by numerous other prosecutors fairy tale, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday next week. Protest! Take our nation back! Which is code for violence. It's exactly what he's asking for, folks. Exactly like he did the first time. He's trying to whip his crowd up into a frenzy. He ain't the only one trying to do it. Here's a representative, Marjorie Trader Queen, says, how many feds assets are in place to protest against the political arrest of President Trump if it turns into violence? They're already putting in the cover story, folks. She, as I'm about to read you, is trying to fan the flames. She is trying to spur people into violence, but they never take responsibility for anything. They will shoot you in the brain, and then they will blame it on Antifa. They are as crazy and evil as they possibly can get. Here she is, saying this is exactly why every single Republican should go scorched earth. That's a call for violence. And anyone that thinks it stops with President Trump and thinks they won't go after them is fooling themselves. As long as you don't commit crimes, you don't have any problem. That's what you guys always say. But yep, telling people to go scorched earth. The definition of scorched earth is relating to or being a military policy involving deliberate and usually widespread destruction of property and resources so that an invading enemy cannot use them. So she's telling people to go scorched earth in one sentence, and then she's saying, hey, if people go scorched earth, it's the left doing it. It's the feds. So they'll cause the violence and then they'll pretend it never happened. That's what the party's become. And what is this one? Oh, yeah. Preemptively setting up false flag conspiracy theories to cover for any violence that happens that she's called for. Just as evil and dastardly as it gets, like Bond villains. And then, needless to say, New York is bracing for the worst because we saw what happened January 6th, where Trump whipped his cults up into a frenzy and then set them loose on Congress. So here in New York, they're setting out stair barricades for tomorrow's arrest. Yep. And the orange goof finally getting his wall built. Congratulations, Trump, you did it. Just maybe not in the way you wanted it to go. And then, as usual, just like last time, just like before January 6th, remember? Before January 6th, I went to Donald Trump's most popular website, the one that worships him, patriots.win, and I just read to you what they said they were going to do. And they're like, yeah, tomorrow on January 6th, we're going to go to the Capitol building, and we're going to storm the building. We're going to go inside. We're going to make them declare Donald Trump the president. And they were like organizing. And I read it for days, and I was like, hey, folks, they say that on January 6th, they're going to attack the Capitol building and try to overturn the government. I don't know if they're going to do this or not, but if it happens, I'll report on it. And the next day they did it, and I was like, they're doing it. They're doing it. Well, here they are doing it again, folks. Here's patriots.win, the top post. We must save America. And they just posted the same thing I just showed you from Donald Trump. And the top comment is, you were waiting for a call to arms? This is it. A protest peacefully. Yeah, call to arms. Protest peacefully. Yeah, we know what you're saying. We see right through you. And then lots of them right in the comments. Yeah, let's take up arms. Let's do this, folks. Here's a great example. Surround Mar-a-Lago or wherever he currently is and prevent law enforcement from entering. Best comment here should be pinned. What if they use choppers to circumvent the Patriot mode? Medium caliber rifles are surprisingly effective against low-flying aircraft. Yeah, super cool. Super cool, Trump supporters. So, folks, they're saying they're going to do it again. If they do it tomorrow, I will come on here and I will report on it. I'm hoping they won't. I'm hoping they learn their lesson. I'm hoping that he's no longer as popular as he once was, and they're not going to be as organized as they were, but who the fuck knows? Even Tim Pool trying to whip his shitheads up in a frenzy. He posted this clip of Fox News saying Donald Trump is going to be arrested, to which he says, war! Yes, war! A criminal is going to be arrested for his crimes. Let's call for war, says the most popular conservative influencer on the net, the person that YouTube has chosen to put in the top spot on their fucking website. Awesome job. And he ain't the only one calling for violence. Here's radical right-wing broadcaster Pete Santil calling for the military to murder Obama? The fuck Obama got to do with this? Dude been out of office for like 6 years. Let the man rest. Anyway, here we go.
Get the military, whatever few are left, that are going to side with the people that are standing there holding candles.
Okay, if there's only a few military left that are going to side with the people, wouldn't all the other military just immediately stomp a hole in them and walk it dry?
And banging pots and pans and expressing the will of the people. That you military personnel and you people with guns and badges and law enforcement will succumb to the will of the people. And ultimately, we absolutely demand that the criminals in this country, if you want them held accountable, the criminals are Barack Obama, Eric Holder, Susan Rice, all this entire criminal cabal that came about as a result of the murder of John F. Kennedy. The people that perpetrated the murder of John F. Kennedy rise up to...
Wait a minute, Obama? Obama was what, 5, 10 at the most? The fuck you talking about?
Military join us and put all of them up against the concrete wall, just like Ceausescu, and do what we must do to save not just our country, the entire world.
Yeah, if you try to hold a criminal accountable for his crimes, we gon' murder all y'all. Super cool, conservatives. Definitely peaceful as fuck. And even DeSantis couldn't help taking a shot at Donald Trump here. It's going to be some juicy infighting in the next Republican primary.
You're talking about this situation with, and look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that.
Oh, snap. Them's fight words. Gloves off. And I'm here for it. And needless to say, a lot of people were very mad about DeSantis for not immediately stepping down and just sucking Donald Trump's nutsack and worshiping him in every way. I dare you go up against dear leader. So here these cretins are out at one of these Trump protests burning a DeSantis flag.
Don't worry.
More genetic winners. Super specimens.
He's a scumbag. He's a traitor. On the thing. Not yet.
Unless you 100% worship Trump, this is how they treat you. Even their own side.
There you go, you fucking cunt.
You're either a cult member or you're the enemy. There's no in between to these people.
See his face? You see his face?
Doughy losers.
Burn his face.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Burn his face. Burn his face.
Amazing. You're really doing something there, Doughboy. And then, of course, the orange clown is in town, so the circus is out, folks. Gonna be an interesting week in New York City. Just getting started. Here's a guy gonna cause traffic accidents. I don't think you're authorized to do that, dipshit. Yeah, we got lights. We don't need you for that. But at least he's got the body type down. Might be a little too thin for Trump. Just a little bit. But then, speaking of the circus, folks, apparently the Proud Boys are not that popular in New York City. This guy claiming he came to help. He's just helping out. Let's see how that went for you in New York City, Proud Boy.
I came here to help people, not get the shit beat out of me.
I came here to help people, not get the shit beat out of me. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Go home, fascist. You're not welcome.
Where's your car?
Get the fuck out of here. Nazis.
Let's go.
His friend's like, let's get out of here, moron. Feed it into my veins.
We don't like Proud Boys all things.
Can you tell us what happened? Wah, wah.
What the fuck? This is our city. Come back to Long Island, you
Let them have it. Give them the business.
Help anybody.
They don't need your help, shithead. Anyway, there's more of this. Them getting unceremoniously escorted out of town. It's a thing of beauty. And then didn't stop Fox News from freaking out about it, folks. They are not having a good day. They better not arrest my president.
That they overstepping the bounds. It's almost as if the Democrats want exactly what happened in 2016 to happen again.
Yeah, they better not put my president in prison. He represents 74 million Americans. And if he's the nominee, you're putting 74 million votes in prison. And that's how I see it.
Really?
On a bookkeeping charge. He put a payment to a woman in the legal column. That was in the...
Yeah, he broke the law. What happened to law and order? Suddenly, you don't like law and order when it's you guys. You think you should be above the law. But you're not, fucko. So cry harder. Your tears are goddamn delicious. And then, we already knew this was true, folks. We already know it's true that Trump supporters don't actually care if he's guilty or not. He already told us he could shoot somebody in Fifth Avenue in the face and not lose a single vote, and it's true. But if you don't believe it, just listen to his own supporters. Got to admit it for themselves. They don't care.
Where's everybody? They're a bit, because I work right across here. I live here. And there were so many times that they shut this down, and we came down today.
Sorry about the country music.
Nothing going on.
Have to listen
I
hard.
stood on that corner down here, and I watched them come out in the limousine and wave.
He's so awesome. I know. I've been to
He's
the
so
Trump
awesome.
rallies. Yeah, no, he's so amazing, and he's been so under attack.
Why would he want to continue?
The reason he wants to continue because he's desperate for power, because that's the only way he can stay out of jail.
He loves this country.
I've tried talking to so many people about that. He had nothing to gain. And how are you investigating the guy that was not the politician, but the politicians who made millions. Why aren't we investigating them?
I'll go a step farther.
I don't
Saudi Arabia gave Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, $2 billion.
care if he paid off the debt. I don't care.
I've said the same. It's not
really
ego. It's not
I know
ego.
what's best for our country. I hate Joe Biden. My wife hates when I say this. I hope he comes down and he dies with something horrible. Where his eyes are open, he feels all the pain, but nobody knows. And Dr. Jill runs to his side, falls, trips, hits her head, has a hematoma, goes into a coma, and Hunter gets everything.
Super loving. I hope Joe Biden dies with eyes open. His wife comes and finds his dead body. She also dies. Amazing. But at least in our darkest hour, we have a few heroes there to lighten our spirits, such as the good liars. Not the heroes we deserve, but the heroes we got, folks. And here they are out there on RSBN trolling the shit out of the MAGA News Network.
Misdemeanors and change some misdemeanors to felonies, and is specifically prosecuting Donald Trump when he did very little wrong, if anything. He's prosecuting.
Look around the city right now. I mean, there's crime everywhere.
Hey, good
right?
liars, what's up?
How are you? Good to see you. There's crime everywhere, and I think like this is a political prosecution. It has to be, right? Like that's the only way it could be happening right now, is if they're going after him politically. The only other option is that Donald Trump lost by 7 million votes and is a loser who can't deal with the fact that he lost the election because he based his whole personality on being a winner and calling people losers. So
you think his attitude, his approach, his personality is what
is what got us in this mess in the first place, potentially? Or I'm just going to choose to believe that the election was stolen and everything that he says, because I kind of like base my whole personality on supporting Donald Trump, so I'm not going to accept the offer.
You live in the city.
I live in the city, yeah.
So how's the city changed over the last couple of years here? I mean, I know crime, but I don't live here, so I can't judge whether or not it's gone up or down.
Yeah, the New York City, I think, is maybe 59th in crime right now. I think there's 4 cities in Indiana that have more crime statistically than New York does. Yeah, exactly. So I haven't really noticed a lot of crime, but I do see it on Fox News. They say it's much more dangerous now. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any more crime. So like maybe it might not be true, but I'm going to choose to believe that it is true because I did see that on Fox News.
Yeah, of course, because whatever you see on Fox News is true, right?
Yeah. Well,
and just like CNN and MSNBC. If you see it on cable news, it's got to be true.
Donald Trump said CNN and MSNBC are fake news.
Okay. That's right. We got to use the fake news. Okay, so what do you...
Amazing! It just murdered that little kid. I almost feel bad for him. It wasn't so true. Your entire personality wrapped up in Donald Trump because you have nothing else going for you. God damn it. How could you be this big of a loser? And another very short clip from the good liars. The gift that keep on giving.
So, I mean, what's your take on this so far? I mean, there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of media. I would say it's basically all media. And I guess there's, is it Braxton? Yeah. Braxton, and then I see another guy with a flag. It seems like there's about 10 Trump supporters here, but mostly the rest are media, yeah.
So, I mean, what...
Yep, it's a ghost town. Trump supporters not showing up like they hoped they would. Ben Collins points out, I'm at the pro-Trump protest put on by the New York Young Republicans Club. Not a joke. And here's a little side fact. The New York Young Republicans Club created an offshoot organization briefly in order to hide the fact that they were the New York Young Republicans Club. And as their spokesperson, they chose Shoe on Head, who agreed to do it. And she did it for like a week before we called her out for it. So anyway, not a joke. There are more reporters here than Trump supporters. This is supposed to be the big one. And yep, ghost town. So I'm hoping maybe this time he's lost a lot of steam and people won't be willing to put their lives and livelihoods on the line for somebody that doesn't have their back. But don't worry, there's one people who will always have your back, Donald Trump, who will always be there for you. The gravy seals out at the Florida's Village are en route to protest in your favor, Trump. So don't worry, days are coming. Days are coming slowly, very slowly. But they'll get there eventually if they don't die of heart attacks. And then here's Jim Jordan, folks, and he don't know what the evidence is. He don't even know what the charges are. All he knows is Trump did nothing wrong.
And then what changed? President Trump announces he's running for president, and Shazam! We're gonna some bookkeeping error from 7 years ago is misdemeanors now what they're going after. So it makes absolutely no sense.
But you don't know what the charges are against from the former.
No, we're going on what you guys have told us. I mean, that's all been reported.
Aren't you jumping to conclusions? I mean, he may have broken the law. Does that concern you?
We don't think President Trump broke the law at all.
Yeah, we don't know what he did. We don't know what the charges are, but we don't think he broke the law. Why would we? What you mean is we don't give a shit. Doesn't matter what he does. He's on our side. He's our guy. So he can murder people, and it's all good. And here's the good news, folks. Elon Musk says if this happens, if Trump is arrested, Trump will be reelected in a landslide. To which Beanie Baby Tim Pool says, I agree. So there you have it, folks. Good news. The reverse oracle has spoken, and it is absolutely assured Donald Trump will not win. If Tim Pool says it's going to happen, it won't happen. You would think Tim Pool would have a better success rate just by the law of chance. But no, always fucking wrong all the time, Tim Pool. So good. Keep on predicting, Beanie Bitch. And then, on Arrestmas, hopefully, when the police are arresting Donald Trump, they remember Donald Trump's own words. When you put them in the back of the cop car, hit their heads. Don't be too nice. Yeah, police brutality. It's always good when it's happened to the other person. Isn't that right, Donald Trump? Don't be too nice, police. And then, folks, this is actually hilarious. One of the best comedy bits I've seen in a while. And what makes it even better is that the rightoids are crying about it. The same people, they're like, can't you guys take a joke? Dave Chappelle, it's all jokes. When did the left lose their sense of humor? When did you guys stop being able to tell jokes? Here he is whining about this guy's stand-up set. I Am Alice Chong says, liberals are now openly fantasizing about how civil war would go against pro-two-way conservatives. It's literally just a stand-up comedian giving a set. That's in his mind, liberals fantasizing about it. But anyway, this is a great fucking set, y'all. And this guy nails this bit. So here's what would happen if MAGA rednecks tried to stand up and overthrow the government.
Which is why I'm proposing we test their theory and once a year have a head-to-head showdown. Say 100 members of the NRA versus, I don't know, 2 members of the military. Broadcasted on Fox Christmas Day. Like, Merry Christmas and welcome to the 2022 NRA Military Showdown. Let's go down to the field of battle, meet one of our NRA combatants. Sir, what's your name? What kind of weapon do you work with? And he's like, my name's Andy Baker, and I got an AR-15, wearing Kevlar head to toe. Andy, how confident are you, scale of 1 to 10? Fucking a million. We're gonna check in with the military real quick, and they cut to one guy by himself in a bunker, and he's like, my name's Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Walker. And they're like, Jeremiah, what kind of weapon do you work with? And he's like, look, I don't know if this is fair, but I'm working with a drone. Yeah, it's equipped with 8 Hellfire missiles and a high-powered camera. As you can see on this monitor here, the NRA fellas are actually in just one big cluster. So I'm gonna, we started, all right? Yeah, so I'm gonna hit this button right here. Yeah, now they're all dead. That'll do it for this year's NRA Military Showdown.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes, folks. Gravy seals don't have a goddamn chance. Hilarious, and I love watching you cry. I Am Mouse Wrong, the wrongest, saddest motherfucker on the internet. Cry harder, bitch. And that is my Erasmus coverage. Hell yeah, what we guys got to say about that? LOL. Link, please. All right. If you guys go follow me on Twitter at CultofDusty1, every single thing I share on the show is on there somewhere under my likes list, so you can find it yourself if you really wanted to. And LOL, yeah, funny. I love this man. He nailed that bit. Great facial expressions, comedic timing. He co-wrote Chappelle's Show with Chappelle. Oh, I didn't know that. Good to know. Hell yeah. Move right along, folks. It's already 9:40, and we're just now getting into Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chuds, and then we make fun of them. So not only was Donald Trump's True Social being propped up by Vladimir Putin, now apparently CPAC and the Republican Party being propped up by China, apparently. Thank you, new federal state of China, for your support of CPAC in D.C. on 2023. And yep, so today we learned that CPAC is funded by shady Chinese money and Trump's True Social is funded by shady Russian money. But when it comes to funding MAGA propaganda, it's America last. And yep, the new federal state of China is a group created by Gao Wengu and Steve Bannon. They were a major sponsor of the recent CPAC event. Wengu was just indicted by the DOJ for allegedly running a more than $1 billion fraud scheme. So, yep, of course, they're supporting the Republican Party, folks. Divide America. That's what makes China stronger. That's what makes Russia stronger. So that's where their money's going. It makes sense. And then, folks, I am loving the feud between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. It's just getting started, and it's already juicy as fuck. Here are Donald Trump posts on True Social this video that shows that as time went by, Ron DeSantis started pronouncing his name differently. I guess the way he was pronouncing it in the beginning sounded too ethnic, so he wanted to, I don't know, honky it up a bit. Let's have a look.
I am Ron DeSantis. I'm Ron DeSantis. I am Ron DeSantis. This is Governor Ron DeSantis. Hello, this is Governor Ron DeSantis wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. Hi, this is Governor Ron DeSantis, and I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hi, I'm Governor Ron DeSantis, and I want to congratulate all of you at Rumble as you open your U.S. headquarters. I am Ron DeSantis. I'm Ron DeSantis. I am Ron DeSantis. This is Governor Ron DeSantis. Hello, this is Governor Ron DeSantis wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. Hi, this is Governor Ron DeSantis, and I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hi, I'm Governor Ron DeSantis, and
Anyway, he started de-emphasizing the D on the DeSantis, and Trump giving him the business for it. Then Trump posting this shit out. Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusation and fake stories sometime in the future as he gets older, wiser, and better known. When he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman, even classmates that are underage, oh, he a pedophile, or possibly by a man. He probably gay, y'all. We seen the little white boots, and it should be fine if he's gay or not, but if you're conservative, that's a bad thing. So Trump gotta out DeSantis before he outs himself. I'm sure he'll want to fight these misfits like I do. And then he posts a picture of him drinking with the underage students that he was a teacher of. Let them fight. I hope they kill each other. And even, I'm going to skip that one. And more good news. Apparently Mike Lindell claiming he is going bankrupt. Hell yeah, news. Mike Lindell, MyPillow founder and CEO, claims his company is going broke and that he needed to borrow $10 million to remain in operation due to the numerous lawsuits he's embroiled in over unproven electric fraud claims. He hasn't even lost the Dominion lawsuit yet, folks. He is 100% going to lose the lawsuit and bankrupt his country. One of the companies suing Lindell, Dominion Voting System, disputes Lindell's claim by pointing to the fact that he's been using the claims of electoral fraud to boost his pillow sales. Yep. It's all a sham. It's all grifting. Additionally, he is passing out discount codes to fellow conspiracy theorists and lawsuit defendants like City Powell in exchange for shares in sales. Lindell also claims that he is being audited by the IRS. Election bias has consequences. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I hope it is. Regardless, he's going to go bankrupt in the very near future. And then they know no shame. You guys know Lady MAGA. It's it's a grifter, like they all are, folks. He goes by he, him pronouns. wants to cash in on the anti-trans, anti-drag hatred of conservatives, so thought that he would be the good one, the one that just backs up everything they say. Oh, trans people are raping your kids, drag queen story hours, molesting your children, just all the same vile bullshit. It's the same way Jesse Lee Peterson is a white supremacist that other white supremacists love because he spews all their same talking points. Well, Lady Maga was the drag queen spewing all the anti-drag, all the anti-transphobic hate. Well, now, I guess it's not going so well for this dude, because even if you shill every talking point they have, they still hate you. Shocker has decided to publicly claim he's no longer a drag queen. Now he refers to himself as a costume artist. Let's see if this nakedly transparent tactic works out for him. It's not working out at all. No, it's not. Still getting shit on by the MAGA people. Not going to help in any way. And then, speaking of people that are clearly pedophiles, right-wing commentator Steve Deshi claims that drag queens are grooming children. Of course they are. Somebody please check this guy's browser history.
Can you watch a program without, literally, live sporting event, news show, whether we're covering them, talking about them, promoting them? Can you listen to a podcast that doesn't include some reference to drag queens today?
No, but that's 100% entirely because you guys have decided that this is a winning issue for you, and you won't shut the fuck up about it. You guys are the ones beating the drums on this. You guys are the ones bringing this to public attention, blowing it out of proportion, scaring people, fear-mongering 100% of the time because this is all you fucking got. They'll cause the problem, and they'll be like, hey, look at this problem. Who could have possibly done this? You did it, pedo motherfucker.
Is it possible? Anywhere, pro or con. I mean, they're as mainstream as it gets.
Because of you guys. Yes, they are. You're right. Thank you.
Even when RuPaul is saying, well, we're the ones that come in and groom the kids. That's what he means.
Direct
We're
quote.
the ones that come in and groom the kids.
Uh-huh. You're thinking of the church, dude.
Pedo groomers should be executed, by the way.
Uh-huh. So preachers, priests?
After a fair trial, of course.
Right, but he never talks about it, folks. He never talks about a single actual person grooming and raping people because he doesn't care. Probably because he's trying to shine the spotlight elsewhere so you don't look at his closet. And then Charlie Kirk mad because he's rightfully being called out by UC Davis. Let's watch him get all butthurt by the fact he got de-invited for spreading hatred and violence.
Many of you have reached out to me and others regarding tonight's event.
Many Antifa
organized
members.
by the registered student organization, Turning
That's right,
Point
we are
USA,
registered.
TPUSA at UC Davis. Thank you for sharing your distress at a student group hosting a speaker who is a well-documented proponent of misinformation and hate, and who has advocated for violence against transgender
I've never done that. That is a lie. We might sue you for that.
That's a lie. He gonna sue you. Charlie Kirk gonna sue you for lying about it. Unfortunately for Charlie, he keeps recording all his hatred, and here he is specifically calling for violence against trans people.
And these people are sick, and I don't say that lightly. The NCAA is a perverted organization. They platformed a biological male who won a national championship and then was allowed in incredibly disturbing detail to be around you and your fellow competitors. And again, I blame the decline of American men. This never should have been, someone should have just took care of it the way we used to take care of things in the 1950s or 60s. But
yeah, there's no two ways about it, folks. Somebody should have taken care of these trans people like we took care of them in the 50s and 60s. There is no way to wiggle your way out of that, Charlie Kirk. That is 100% a call to violence, you sack of shit. So sue, motherfucker. You ain't gonna.
Campuses may not prohibit student organizations such as TPUSA.
Yeah, because of that
from
pesky
inviting
little
these
First
speakers,
Amendment.
Even if the speaker's intended speech is loathsome and hurtful to me and to others in our campus community. With respect to concerns related to violence, UC policy permits denial of requests if the speaker will present a clear and present danger to the campus.
If I present a clear and present
Our council also
danger.
notes that there is a similarly heavy burden for criminal prosecution for incitement of violence. Please be assured that we are monitoring the event
Monitoring.
closely.
They're going to try to
Determine
arrest
threat
me if I
or
say
incitement.
something wrong.
No, they're not. No one's trying to arrest you, Charlie Kirk, but you're clearly calling for violence. Just fucking own it. So weak. And then, did you guys hear about the Michigan prosecutor that's considering charging Lapeer Library over LGBTQ book? And this woman is such a boss. She's like, do it. Do it. Do it. You know where I am. Come lock me up, motherfuckers, because I had a book in the library you don't like. Yeah, she called that motherfucker's bluff with the quickness. That's the kind of heroes we need in this country. And of course, he won't do it. It's just a political ploy. See right the fuck through it. But this is what they become, folks. And surprise, surprise, surprise. A former member of Alabama Governor Kay Ivey's staff, Republican, attorney Chase Tristan Espy has been sentenced to 8 years for unlawful contact with a minor and possession of over 70 videos, photos of child sex abuse material. Huh? Is he a drag queen? He's not. Oh my, I am so shocked. Yep. Another Republican, 0 people protesting it, 0 people mentioning it. Tim Pool ain't mentioning it. Nobody on their Twitter feeds because they don't actually give a shit. There's nothing fucking faker than a goddamn conservative. Another example. Supremacist Boogaloo Boy gets 33 years for child porn. A Las Vegas resident was sentenced yesterday by the U.S. District Judge to 33 years in prison, followed by a lifetime supervised release for committing multiple child sexual exploitation crimes. Stephen Thomas Marshall, a.k.a. Kiwi 38, pleaded guilty in October 2022 to 2 counts of sexual exploitation of children, 1 count of coercion and enticement, and 1 count of receipt and distribution of child pornography. According to court documents, law enforcement learned of Parshall's alleged participation in a conspiracy to cause destruction during a protest on May 30, 2020, and of Parshall's alleged membership in the Boogaloo Boys. This is one of the ones that's pretending to be part of BLM and was causing damage to public property in order to make BLM look bad. Yeah, shocker. Not a single conservative mentioning this. Why? Well, we know why. They don't care about molested children anyway, and then in this hellscape that we live in, folks, this is what conservatives actually think is important. They're posting this video of these Russian children assembling AK-47s, rifles, and shit with the title, "While America is focused on indoctrinating our children with rainbows and pronouns, our adversaries are training their children to be warriors. American world dominance is dwindling and the future is not pretty." And here's over in Russia. And first off, Russian military ain't shit. Haven't they already proven that they're no match for our military? And second, it's a good thing we don't have child soldiers anymore, you fucking morons. It's not bad that we no longer send children into war. What is wrong with you? It's way better they focus on rainbows and pronouns than murdering people. Good God, conservatism is a mental disease. And one more, speaking of mental disease, folks, we have to force children to say Pledge of Allegiance every single day. If we don't force them into loving America, how will they know how free they are?
Our kids need to be saying the Pledge of Allegiance when they start their day so that they know to love America.
Yeah, they have to know to love America. We have to make them recite this pledge every day or they won't know. Like, as a kid that said they Pledge Allegiance, I can assure you, Pledge Allegiance had zero to do with me loving America. I thought it was stupid, boring, authoritarian, made me like America less. But it's all about indoctrination, folks. Trying to get your kids, and this is conservative presidential candidate Nikki Haley. Real worried about indoctrination, isn't she? And that is my Chud Watch. Let's see what you got to say, Daddy Sexy Paws. I need pictures to the flag. I love pictures to the flag. Make yourself a grave already. I wish. Had he died of cancer yet? Hurry the fuck up. How do they form a thought towards being a pedophile? I just can't comprehend it. I don't know. I ain't got that fucking problem. Every accusation is confession. It is. True story and well said. A wise man once said that. And let's see, am I going to cover the Elon stuff? All right, let's cover the Elon stuff real fast. You know why? Because he shall be Elon. And folks, on the free speech platform Twitter, that's all about free speech. Elon Musk came to save free speech. They have forced me to delete my header picture for my left-wing podcast. Yeah, super cool. Profile Better 101, violating our rules against graphic violence or adult content and profile images. You may not include graphic violence or adult content in your profile photo. By clicking delete, you acknowledge that your Profile Better violated the Twitter rules. Super cool. Just me with my cartoon picture holding a chud head of a zombie that doesn't actually exist. I guess that was too much for Elon Musk's sensibilities, while he is posting Terminators standing on skulls of his conquered victims. It's almost like there's a double standard or something on Elon Musk's Twitter. Just a little bit, I guess. And at least his own website continues to own him, which is a thing of beauty. Elon lies. Twitter drives a massive number of clicks to other website apps. Biggest click driver on the internet by far. Only it's not. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. The reverse is true. Twitter drives 7% of web traffic referrals. Facebook drives 74%. Pinterest, 7%. So a paltry amount, actually, you lying sack of shit. But he'll literally say anything. His word means nothing. And Elon is like, best way to fight misinformation is to respond with accurate information, not censorship. First off, you made me delete the banner to my left-wing podcast. How was that not censorship? And also, Elon Musk might want to talk to Jordan Peterson, who says anyone who uses the word disinformation or misinformation is a tyrant in sheep's clothing. And holy shit, I actually agree with Jordan Peterson for once. What up, Kermit? And then on He Shall Be Elon, one more, folks. Another hot take from the world's richest man. He says retirement age in France is too low. That's a legit issue. Super cool. So while Elon has more money than he can spend in 10 million lifetimes, work until you're 80 years old, Frenchies. Work yourself to death into the bone. It's a legit issue. Is capitalism over yet? Let's hurry up. And that's my quick and beautiful He Shall Be Elon. All right, move right along. Elon sucks, agreed. Cult of Dusty, you have triggered Lord Elon. With the Chud zombie, you've unlocked a new achievement. Hell yeah, I'm leveling up all in this bitch. He just looking for an excuse to censor you, Dusty. I doubt it was him. It was just some fucking snowflake who reported me, because that's what conservatives do. They're all full of shit, all fake. This country isn't really all it's supposed to be, cracked up to be. Scandinavian countries have socialism. The U.S. is not really a great country. Yeah, all the Scandinavian countries are much happier than we are. It's almost like having a robust social safety net works. And all right, moving right along. And folks who loves overtime, not quite to overtime yet, but almost at overtime. So be sure to get your super chats in. Last chance. Reward me for overtime. And rolling right in. Let's do some Karens, folks, shall we?
It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause bitch, you're caring too much.
I love the ding. Ding makes it perfect. And first off, I care too much. Apparently, Spencer Lee is a wrestler who is good. Was going for his 4th national championship and got upset. And a shocker. And I guess his mom is like one of these hover moms. And here's her reaction to her son losing. Spoiler alert. Didn't take it well. Like, oh my God. And I guess she could afford glasses. Xenia, they're cheap. They're only $20. So no, not a problem, man. That just seems like bad sportsmanship. Poor kid. He's going to get the business when he gets home from psycho mom. Momster, if you will. And then on the Karens. Did you guys see this one? This woman just telling on herself what an awful fucking bigot she is. And she got 9.3 million views. And a lot of conservatives agree with her on how HR should treat gays and trans people.
So if I was like hiring and I saw pronouns, here's what I'm going to assume. I'm going to assume you're obviously very liberal. So I'm going to assume you're one of those people that is super far left. Hey, I'm going to assume you're not a very hard worker. You are either a female or you're a probably not straight guy. So
okay, first off, left-wing people are far better in shape than chuds and MAGA motherfuckers are. Just saying. They seem incredibly lazy in comparison to me.
So everything in the office is going to have to cater to you, your feelings, your needs, and your emotions.
It literally seems like you want everything in the office to cater to you. You can't stand to be around someone who is different than you, who has different opinions. You're 100% giving yourself away. Every accusation is a confession.
Everyone around you is not going to be able to be themselves and walk on eggshells. Why would anyone want someone like you unless everyone's like you in a work environment? You're going to be the laziest person. You're going to be the most entitled, complain the most, and I think you're going to be the first to sue.
You're complaining right now.
So shocker that pronouns weren't helping you guys. Sorry, is there anything I missed there? Sorry. So if I...
Yeah, you're a bitch. Did you miss that? And then on the Karens, another drunk guy getting tased at the airport. What's up, Jeff? Anyway, let's have a look at this guy.
Put me on my fucking flight. About 3 margaritas.
Three margaritas, bullshit. I mean, about 10 margaritas. God damn it. I turned it to try to make the quality better, and it's fucking me. Don't fuck me, thing. Don't fuck me. I gotta see this guy get tased, or my life can't be complete. God damn it. Come on! All right, let's try it again.
Put me on my fucking flight. About 3 margaritas. Yeah, you got a fucking problem with that? Why do you have a fucking problem with that? If you have a fucking liquor bar in this fucking airport, fuck you! Listen, I'm on a fucking flight that I paid $2,000 fucking dollars to be on. Listen! Why? There's no reason to arrest me. Turn around now. Why? Turn around. All right, come on. Let's go. Stand arrested. Hey!
Oh, bad life decisions.
Taser! Fuck you, bitch!
Back up!
Get away!
Get away! We're gonna tase him. There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. What did we learn? Mistakes are made. Now your pants are falling down. You look even dumber than you did before. Folks, don't drink and fly. Bad combo. No good can come of it. And is that my Karen section? And that is my Karen section. And hell yeah, it's overtime, folks. Last chance to get your super chats in and support the world's greatest show while you can. So do it to it. Gonna finish it up hard and strong as we do with some slow news week. Close your ears. Freaked out the cats as I always do. And first off, on this week's Slow News Week, folks, you know what I love? AI. I, for one, welcome our AI overlords gonna take over everything. And yesterday, I cloned my voice with AI just to see how good it would do, folks. I'm gonna show you kind of how I did it first. But here, folks, I told AI to make me sing the lyrics to Without Me by Eminem. And then I used a separate AI program. It's not this one. It says Movio LA. I just used that program. That's not the program I used to clone my voice. It's the program I used to make this video, which had my profile picture sing the AI voices version of me doing Without Me. So anyway, here is AI's version of my voice. Does this sound like me? I've created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor. Some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor, when I'm not cooperating, when I'm rocking the table while he's operating. You waited this long. Now stop debating, because I'm back. I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating, so the FCC won't let me be or let me be me. So let me see.
They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. I've created a monster.
So, pretty good. It's getting there, folks. And not going to believe your own eyes literally in a year from now. Sounds pretty fucking good. So how I did this is I pay like $5 to this site, L11 Labs. And you can add your voice. And I just uploaded like 5 short sections from my show. And then I typed in the lyrics to that song and hit generate. And it made the audio for that. So pretty cool. The future is terrifying. And then on Slow News Week. So I got to set this clip up, folks. So you guys know my buddy Jeff. He's a childhood friend. We grew up together and we just clicked as children. And we really hadn't talked that much over the last 30 years or whatever. But then he had a little run of bad luck. And so we hooked back up and have been, real good friends. Partners, you might say, not sexual or in a relationship or anything, just like, friendly partners. He's helped me fix up my house. He's an excellent construction worker / contractor. That's what he did for a living. And I need all the help I could get. I bought an old house and we've been trying to remodel it and everything. So he's been staying with me. He had like a string of bad luck. His wife cheated on him with a friend of theirs. And then she stole his house and she stole all his shit. So he's been dealing with, some emotional issues, feeling betrayed as you would, and going through some stuff. And I've been trying to help him work it out because, it's okay for men to have feelings. It's okay for men to cry. It's okay for men to express their feelings. It's actually very healthy and the opposite of toxic masculinity. And so his wife drove him down here and dropped him off, and she gave him this stuffed teddy bear as the last gift. It's like, I cheated on you with your friend, and I stole your house, and ruined our marriage. Here's a stuffed teddy bear. See ya. And then left him here. And so we got drunk as a form of closure last weekend. And we tied the bear to a cross and we burned it. Just for fun, just like I said, just kind of closure. I think it's on Friends. Remember on Friends, they did that. They burned the stuff from their exes in order to cleanse their auras, and the hot fireman showed up. So I was all expecting George Clooney to show up and give me some booty, but it didn't happen. Anyway, that is the background to this story. I am filming this, and Jeff is drunk. I'm only a little bit drunk, but it's it's kind of interesting. I thought I would show it to you guys. So here we go. Here's this video. Wait a minute. Where's the audio? I can't fucking see. Hang on a second. Let me fix this real quick because I can't see because it's too dark. What the fuck is the audio on? Oh, here it is. All right. Moving it over. Turn the audio up. All right, I got it. Too fucking dark on this big screen. I can't see shit. All right, where's the... I can't see the fucking on button because it's too dark. All right, here we go.
It's for my adulterous, cheating wife. This bear was the last thing she'd give to me. I blindfolded him so he wouldn't see the damage.
He's ready to go.
Yeah,
He's accepted his fate.
I didn't nail him to the cross that I built.
No, we just tied it up.
Yeah, exactly. Which is better than a nail through the hand, right?
To me, hell yes. Way better.
I agree. And Jesus never got blindfolded.
Mm-hmm. Or existed, so that works out.
Move out of the way.
Right. Standing back for this.
Gotta light Jesus up. His name was Billy the Bear, but now it's Jesus the Bear.
Jesus the Bear. Well, thank you for burning for our sins, Jesus the Bear.
This thing burned fast, too.
This ain't for nobody but me.
Alright.
Nobody. No calls, nothing.
It's a good thing we're not recording it.
You better be recording. That's right, buddy. So. Goodbye, buddy.
We hardly knew you.
I know him well.
Okay, well, Jeff knew him well. I hardly knew you.
No, I didn't know him well.
Okay, Jeff also hardly knew you. He was just lying.
I was lying. Bye, you motherfucking traitor.
Poor Bear.
Fuck him.
Now, I've seen enough episodes of Friends to know. Hot firefighters. They're coming. Prepare our anus.
No, ain't nobody coming.
I got my hopes up for hot firefighters, Jeff. Don't kill my joy.
Yeah.
Been waiting for this moment my whole life.
I think the only comment you ever have to me is
I never talked to you except for that.
Yeah, except for stupid shit.
I know, right? I'm a moron. That's for sure.
I love you.
You oughta.
I do.
I know. That's what literally what I'm saying right now.
Burn, you son of a bitch. You and Wank. But if there's a hell, I hope they're in it.
I wish the best for you both.
Shut
and
up.
your continued happiness.
You don't have to comment.
Okay.
This means a lot to me.
Well.
Close your eyes.
Closure, hell yeah. Forgiveness is more than saying sorry.
Go put us some music on.
I have to turn the video off. Alright, well that's it. We did it. Boom. Closure. This is what closure looks like. Jeff chopping his crotch. Hell yeah. We got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
Hell yeah. Alright, boom.
Closure! That's what we had there, folks. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of cute. That's my daily life here. Did you guys enjoy that? Some behind the scenes of the Dusty. And all right, one more. I thought this was kind of interesting, folks. Apparently they did a study and they showed that individuals who live in areas that historically favored men over women display more pro-male bias today than those who live in places where gender relations were more egalitarian centuries ago, which proves that misogyny and gender attitudes are transmitted generation to generation in different locations. So pretty interesting to know, folks. A lot of this behavior is taught, which we already know, but now science confirms what we already know. So hell yeah, we did it, folks. Another episode of the world's greatest show. What you gotta say? Jeff's a legend. Jeff's a good guy. Hell yeah. And he's like made so much progress. We're doing great. Doing great, to be honest with you, compared. Stuffed Biscuit, Shaka, I know. Hope he feels better. Better every day. You know, when somebody betrays you like that, it takes a while to get over it. And the pain is still very real. It can really hurt your self-esteem. You know, how you feel about yourself. But you have to build that up back over time. I've been helping with that, and he's been doing amazing. So, and man, someday I have to give you a tour of the room. He's really helped bring this room together. We made a lot of progress in it, and I'm super happy with it. So let's finish up and read the super chats. Get some nice stuff for Jeff. Hell yeah. Thank you, Spooky Action. I will. You're amazing. Dusty, a while back, I was at a restaurant and a man had a Trump hat on. And when I was seated at the table, I decided to sit the other way so I didn't have to look at him. I don't blame you. I'm sure he was not very attractive, Cubert. Ed Gibson, hey Dusty, don't forget to plug your YouTube super thanks for people watching later after the live who want to show you support. All right, yeah. Absolutely. If you guys are watching the repeat of the show instead of live, you can also donate in super thanks. So you could help out the show too without being live. And I usually go through, read the message, and I give you a personal message saying thank you. So if you want to do that, that's a great way to support the show. I'd appreciate it. Kimber Lover, true winners. No, failing is part of the winning process. Biden himself said a while back, when you fall, you pick yourself up again. Trump thinks he's never failed. So sad. He knows he's failed, but he's too insecure to admit it, which is what makes him a loser. Kimber Lover, true winners. Already read that. Daniel Roman Dusty. There's a small YouTube, Chad the Chud, who reminds me a little of you. I never knew how awful and Trump-like Reagan was until I saw his videos. All right. Well, thanks for the recommendation. I'll check that out, Daniel. And thanks for the $20. It's very generous. The will of the people, translation, the will of the fascists. Hell yeah, agreed, Cupid Lover. Nightfall Shadow, Trump is lying about being arrested, so when he doesn't, which he won't, he can claim a small victory, lie, and invigorate his base. I think it's pretty clear it's going to be arrested tomorrow. He's going to be indicted. The Bethany Mandel, $2. Looks like Daria already read that. Cool. And one off from Django Fett. What's up, Django? And last but not least, Liniana, $20, very generous. Hope your friend builds himself back up. Cheater suck. Yes, he is doing so. Already night and day compared to what it was when he came here like 2.5, 3 months ago. So, super nice guy, Jeff. Big heart, and the world needs more people with a kind heart, people with empathy, people that care about others. And he has that in spades to give. So, love you, Jeff. And folks, that's my show. We're going to jump over and do the after show with Dusty Smith, where I'm going to do a short tutorial to teach you guys how to make music in the easiest way humanly possible. It is so much easier than you think. And if you want to hear that, you should come join me. And even if you don't, you should come hang out, because it's the place to be with all the cool kids. So right now, after the show ends, we're going to jump over to the after show. And if you're a Dust Buddy, you can find the link in the community section of YouTube. I got you guys covered. And finishing us off, hell yeah, Jason asked me 5 more gift subs for all you lucky motherfuckers. So you 5 people better go check out the community section of YouTube and find that link and come join us in the greatest after party in the world, the after party with Dusty Smith, coming up immediately next. And folks, the rest of you, I'll be back Friday. Maybe I'll have some more music, even for those of you who don't like it. Maybe I'll do something you actually do like. It could happen. Appreciate the shit out of you guys. Love you. Thank you for everybody who supported the show tonight. Have a good week out there. I'll see you guys soon. And as always, till next time, logic. Fuck yes. And all right, you know I'm going to do it, folks. You know I got to do it. I'm going to play the greatest show by Dusty Smith to play us out with. Good night, everybody. Switch over now.
When I'm lost in thoughts and my spirit's low, my mistake to get shot to crush my soul. I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out ready or not. All I know is this, what I'm making believe us. No, I ain't got time for the run. Fuck if I give it to just leave us. Yo, I'm coming out hot. 'Cause all I know is this, what I'm making you believe us. All I know is this, what I'm making you believe us. Yeah, all I know is this, what I'm making you believe us. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop, stop, you don't stop, you don't stop, stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. When I'm lost in thoughts and my spirit's low, my mistake get shot to crush my soul. I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out ready or not. All I know is this, what I'm making believe us. No, I ain't got time for the run. Fuck if I give it to just leave us. Yo, I burn them all, I'm coming out hot. 'Cause all I know is this, what I'm making you believe us. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop, stop, you don't stop, you don't stop, stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop, stop, you don't stop, you don't stop, stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. When I'm lost in thoughts and my spirit's low, my mistake gets shot to crush my soul. I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. And I drowned them out with the greatest show.
Switch over now.